So, if we're using the object-oriented approach, which is what I'm going to teach you, there are basically two objects in a matplotlib graph. There's a figure object, and a figure holds the graph or the plotting area. Okay, so this is an example down here. This is one figure. So it's a bit like if you ever read a sort of academic publication, or just a textbook where you see like figure one. That's what we refer to as a figure in matplotlib terminology. And then the other key object is an axes object, not to be confused with an axis object. Axes object, again, not particularly helpfully named, I don't think. But basically, an axes object is a subplot within a figure, and we normally you can call it whatever you like, but we tend to name them ax. Okay. Now, most of the time, we'll just have one axes object. So you'll have a figure that contains a graph, basically. And obviously that graph may have multiple lines plotted, as these graphs do down here. But you tend to have just one graph. But there may be cases where you want a single figure and it has multiple different graphs within it. And you can do that. That would be a single, like this example here, where you've got a single figure, and you've got three axes, so three different graphs essentially. And there's lots of different ways you can lay those out. You can have side by side ones, or sort of four in one in each corner, and all sorts of different ways you can do that. And if you want that, you have to have multiple axes objects, and in which case you normally name them AXS. Again, you can call them cream donut if you like, but the convention is AXS. So AX for singular, AXS for plural, typically, is what you would call them. Now, we're not going to cover multiple axes in this training, but there's a really nice simple tutorial at this link if you want to look at how to do that. But basically the principles are the same, and what I'm going to teach you now is the core principles of getting a graph out.